That went well for everybody.
All right.
I think you're still muted, Richard.
Yes. So what we're going to do now is we're going to jump into this Brad Edwards book. And I just need to make sure I can, there we go. And screen share just so Dave can see what I'm doing. Anybody out there in YouTube land, if you wanted to join us, follow that link that we got, you know, in the link description and hop up on Zoom and get like a free private lesson with 2 college teachers. So, all right, here we go. Brad Edwards. So, let's just do this nice and simple. We're going to do these nice and slow. Really focus on just a beautiful sound. That's the only thing I want you to focus on. I'm going to reposition my chair a little bit so I've got more room. I'm kind of at a good euphonium length from the mic, but not a good trombone length. So here we go. All right. And hold on. Here we go. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Your turn, Dave.
All right. Sounding great. So, this one, we can buzz this. Notice the slowness of this one. Slow slurs and really connecting the air through these things. I like to think of a spray can, and you keep that nozzle down the whole time. And when you're buzzing, when you do these, of course you're going to gliss through them, not break the air. Think of your air doing the same thing when you're playing them. Hey, let's try this. 3 and 4. And the slower we do these, sometimes the better. They mention in the previous exercise not to let the notes sag, especially those low notes. Keep that same embouchure for the low notes if you can, so you don't get that a change of sound, like a airy sound, and it sounds like a different instrument on your low notes. Try to keep it all uniform. All right, next exercise.
Oh man, my trombone feels so much better since I put some of that slider mix on it right now. Generally, I use the Yamaha slide grease that I like better. I just couldn't find it right all of a sudden, so I just put some slider mix on. Woo! Makes a huge difference. All right, what are we doing on this next one? 7th position. I'm going to cheat right now and just do trigger 2, just because. Here we go. Ready? And go. So that felt really kind of weird. So we'll do the whole thing again. Except this time, I want to do a poo articulation on it. Poo, 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 poo. This is just kind of focus on where your embouchure should be. Keep your corners firm. Don't change anything on the outside. And everything on the inside should kind of just feel the same. Don't worry about where everything is here. Just focus on that sound. And yeah, I feel like I need to do it one more time, but playing regular. What do you say, Dave?
Yeah, we can keep going and doing some more of those.
Oh no, I meant just to go back on that B exercise and just play it regular.
Yeah,
just kind of make it a sandwich. Yeah, let's just bookmark that. Now this time, let's go back and play it the initial correct way. Ready? And... All right, I feel better. Your turn, Dave.
All right, sounding good. So, okay, we're going to go across the grain here on these. And airflow, having enough air blowing through these changes is really important. You can't back away from your air, or else you're going to hear a kind of violent reaction to the note changes. So the more air you can get going through these changes, the smoother it's going to be. And also, I like this. Keep the motion smooth and relaxed. Don't hold your slide arm too tightly on these, like you've got a baby bird in your hand, and try to keep the tension to the minimum. All right, let's try these.
I like that. I like that.
So here we go. Not too fast. I might not go 66. Hey, that's another thing. Sorry. I've been doing a lot of online warm-ups during COVID and checking out YouTube. There's a great feature you can do, slowing up or speeding up videos. So if you come back and see this and we're doing something really fast, slow it down 75 or 50, and vice versa. If it's just too slow, speed it up a bit. Anyway, here we go. 1, 2, ready. Take a quick break there. So as soon as I started, I didn't do what I had tried to do. So hey, let's try. I'm going to do the second line here. I'm going to actually do something that Dr. Demi does called bubble singing, and then we'll play it. So just to make sure that sometimes we think, oh yeah, blow through that, but it doesn't happen. So this will help us not think about it so much, and it will happen. So we'll start on A, bubble sing 2 measures, then play 2 Hey, that was good already. At least for me, that fixed something that I didn't have to think about. And it seems to me I didn't really explain bubble singing very well before we just did it. But hey, Richard, could you explain bubble singing to them really quick once, if they don't know what it is, just because you're more accurate possibly than I may.
Oh, I was just going to say, everybody do this. Like a horse. I like to call it a helicopter. And then sing when you do it. Bubble singing. I mean, there's a reason that it works really well, because let's face it, most of the time we need to be able to actually sing the right pitches, but a lot of times we get really wrapped up on how we're supposed to do things. If you start thinking about how to bubble sing, you're going to do it wrong. So just and just focus on that bubble sound. And just try to make sure that your lips stay the same the entire time. And the better you do at that, when you go to play, all those same reflexes, like working on balance. If you're trying to balance on a ball and then you go on a bike, all of a sudden your balance is better on a bike. What did you do? Nothing. You just tried to keep your balance on a ball, which is a little bit harder. So when you bubble sing, yeah, you're using all the airspeed, changing, different things going on inside, but don't think about it, because you're just trying to keep that bubble the same, your lips bubbling the same speed the entire time, and everything kind of rights itself.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Richard. I like it too, because I can trick my young students that don't want to sing into singing, and then they don't realize that they are. Anyway, all right. Hey, let's go third to fifth, sharp fifth here for this next one. We're gonna bubble it and then play it. Here's our A flat. Ready and. good. Hey, make sure it doesn't actually matter what octave you're in when you bubble sing these. So, just as long as you keep the bubble sound going, and
Yeah,
just
because
remember.
the thing is, the lips should still be flapping the same speed, really low or super high. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you.
Oh,
I did.
that's good.
Uh, Oh, I didn't want to stop you. You're on a roll. That was really good. So my trombone chops, I've taken a couple weeks off trombone, I think, and the mouthpiece is different. I switched to a more trombone sounding mouthpiece than a mouthpiece that's really similar to trombone and euphonium. So I have to just kind of get my muscle memory back on. And Dave sprung this on me because this book is really good for trombone, and there's really no point for me to try to play it on euphonium because it's kind of, these exercises are really well designed for trombone. So
Although this one, hey, you could do a nice lip bend on this one.
you could do a lip bend on it, but this is supposed to be a slide, a gliss, right? No, wait.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, is this a bend? Yeah, lips
yeah,
only. There we
lips
go.
only.
There's a lip
Nice.
bend.
All right. Okay. Well, good. This would be good for euphonium too. Here we go. Ready? And yeah, that's the end. Oh, I lost track of what I was doing. All right, that sounds good. Let's keep going.
Good one. All right, here we go. Range between the second and sixth partials. Let's do this. Project the tone, smooth and singing. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Same concept as before with the air. Um, 2 and 3. All right. Hey, it felt like I was bubble singing there. Very good.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So here we go. Extended natural slurs, and these are really good, and these are what I was talking about being really good trombone exercises because we really these are well written to be able to move the slide without articulating. So euphonium, it's a good exercise. For trombone, it's a great exercise. Here we go. So nice and slow, right? And go. Sorry? Oh my word, I need to do that again. I lost track of where I was. One more time. Third measure of the bottom line, right? And so, Dave, let's just pretend that I'm like somebody that doesn't really play trombone and you're my teacher and you wanted to help me. What would you do to actually make that entire exercise better? What would you
Well,
tell
this
me? I
one
mean,
I
teach
I
me.
would I would say to students that want to make this smoother and easier, to really have a heavy air through this. Keep your air really heavy, practicing the airflow, whether it be a bubble sing or even a short bit of mouthpiece buzzing on this, and to really get that feeling of the air like you're not pushing the air, but it's a lot of air. So when you move your slide against the airstream, there's going to be a little bit of compression going on there, like you would tongue almost through an airstream if you're trying to tongue. But I guess using enough there. And in terms of finding these positions far out, um, uh, keep your hand loose enough where you can make a little micro tuning adjustment. And we're talking like a millimeter or less,
Mm-hmm.
very very tiny, and keep it kind of ready to be very supple and move for intonation for these. And really try to think of singing.
Well, work with me on that heavy air because it's a nice subjective thought, but just like all subjective things, what it might mean to me might mean something different to you. So I want to figure out what you want me to get to do. Do you want to just work on this last four measures or something? And you
Yeah.
just teach me like I'm a student and I don't know nothing.
Sure. So hey, let's try this on. Uh, we're gonna do two things. We're gonna just take in a big bit of air and sigh it out. Just let it out. And now we're gonna do the same thing, but I want you to imagine on your hand you're fogging up a mirror, and I want you to fog it up to get the biggest circle of fog you can. So ready in. Okay. Now we're gonna play these two measures here, starting on E flat. And here we go. Ready. Good. So another pitfall of this is there's a repeated B flat in the middle. If you change anything too much and stop your airflow, that'll screw up your last three notes. So you want to actually tongue that as light as you can, and even maybe go think of ghost tonguing it, really hardly touching it. You don't want to interrupt your airstream like at all for that one, and then just keep the air going, because that last three, those are some of the trickiest ones to find for intonation. I think just B flat, C, B flat, and using your C and six. Sometimes it helps to just go back and forth on just to feel where those are, and then do the whole thing again. Hey, let's do the last two measures same way. So we're gonna take in a nice big breath, relaxed, and just sigh and relax it out. Now, same thing, but we're gonna fog up the mirror. Okay, now we're gonna play this. Last two. Ready? You know what? Let me start in the right position. Sorry, sorry about that. Let me start in. Make sure you're starting in fifth for this B flat. That'll help, and then go to sixth for the C. Ready? Yeah, let's do that one more time. Hey, let's just try to buzz it once. Just see how buzzing goes on there. And we're going to really gliss the buzz through. Really slide the notes back and forth. Ready? And we'll play it one last time. Two. Ready? Starting in fifth. If you're noticing you get some clicks, see if you can smooth out, make your airstream more like we did when we were buzzing with the gliss. Hey, all right. So, any difference on that at all? Did that break it down?
Yeah, it's really interesting, having someone teach you something that you normally say to other students, and then you realize, oh man, I can't believe how much tension I actually have built up in my arm. And that was actually the thing that was really affecting my pitch so much, I think. So changing the breathing changes your arm tension. Making sure your breathing is relaxed makes your arm relaxed. When you relax your arm, then you realize how tense your chest was when you were breathing. So yeah, it was all really good. It's all nice and interconnected. So let's move on to this other one. Triggers. Yeah. Work on the trigger. Here we go. One.
Try not to get triggered on this one.
Yeah. 1, 2. I almost did that wrong. All right. Let's just do B. Let me do B2, just keep running these through. Here we go, all right? And... yeah, that trigger 5 is much further out. Trigger 4 kind of is so far out, it's actually a trigger high 5. Yeah, that's a good exercise. It really gets you working, making sure your air is going. Just try to keep everything the same, and then it does it on its own. I like it.
Good stuff.
All right, Dave, your turn.
Oh, okay. This looks good. we've got some octaves and then some bigger leaps here in these lip slurs. Let the leap take care of itself. So I'm gonna really just let my air be smooth on these. Let's give it a try. 2, ready. Try third on this. This is a good one, actually. Ready? Um. And now we'll try fourth. Ready? So that one, I think the key to that one is really um, getting all the notes in between sliding with your air, relaxing it in, which Dr. Demi is so good at doing and teaching, just to keep the clicks out. So you're getting that lip slur even smoother, and these are really good to do. I think we can keep going, but I really like this one, to be honest.
Yeah, I was noticing, just about the real. You were talking about pretending like you're holding a little bird or like a little chick in your hand or something like that when you're playing, and then just trying to focus on that made me realize how much tension I was holding in different places. And what I'm realizing now is that a lot of my trombone playing issues that I think I thought was bad slide technique. Well, it is bad slide technique, but I think it's the root stem of that is just holding tension in different places and having that mess up the entire system, because as I'm relaxing, I'm just hearing better tone on and better tone in between the notes. And I thought that I just wasn't accurate here, or it was a lip problem. I think it's just it was a tension problem in between the notes, where I'd be relaxed on a note, be really tense, and then stop the slide, and then relax on that note. And I didn't even realize I was doing that. So yeah, it's really good. It's kind of nice to have somebody, point a finger at something that you're doing without even realizing you're doing it. So anyway, natural slurs with longer slide shifts. This, muted the wrong button. This is wonderful exercise right here. So let's just go at it. Nice and slow, and I'm going to really focus on a beautiful sound in between the notes, because these are all legato slurs. I don't even have to worry about tongue. So I just want it to sound just as pretty as valves. Ready? And go. Oh, sorry. What am I doing? So the number one secret, play the right notes. Yeah, I was focusing so much on the relaxation, I just started making it up instead of seeing what was on the page. But yeah, that's good, except I can feel now the tension. Even if I'm trying to relax it, I can still feel that how much is there. But what the big difference is I can definitely tell it's so much looser than it was before, just from the way that it's
Yeah.
feeling. I just have to, maybe I'm holding it in my back more than in my shoulder now. So I'll just observe that while I'm playing.
Yeah, that's interesting. I was really noticing that too since you mentioned it. And what I notice is movements that I don't need to be making. I'm kind of a little bit, I can be a nervous player and move around a little bit. I used to be worse. And, as a soloist, sometimes you can, move around a little bit in here. But
So
when you're
my
sitting in.
problem, and also on that one, I do this thing where I sway back and forth on either leg, and it looks like I need to use the bathroom when I'm on stage. Which I watch a video and it's like, why do I do that?
When I'm in a large group, I really have to concentrate on, like, especially orchestras sitting real still. And that's something I kind of have to get in the zone for to do because I'm a little, I want to twitch around. But that is distracting to everyone around you and the audience, even. It's a good habit. But on some of these, when you have to move around and slur throughout the range, you really have to be very still in order for it to not jar your airstream in your body, which he talks about the shock absorber and such. Anyway, hey, let's keep going. Good stuff. Gluing the notes together. Yeah, let's do this. Same idea. We're going to be a little higher on these. 2, ready. So yeah, as I
That
went,
was pretty awful for me for the slide
yeah,
positions.
we could do. You know what? This one, as all the things you do on trombone, I noticed that I really started to notice. My slide isn't moving when I want to have the note move. So a little bit. It was. So I had to really concentrate on that. When I started to notice it in the second line, and then by the third line, I was really focusing on it. But then my air was suffering. So you really want to just relax, line up your slide, and just go fast right when it's time. Don't move early on these. Let me do just the last line once of this. Dee, da, da, da. There's an exercise that we have done in Brass Brunch Bunch where we play the note and then it's like a hot note and you want to get off of it. So that's the kind of speed we're talking about. But keep your arm relaxed when you do the speediness in between the notes and keep the air flowing. Let's try this last line of this. Ready.
I didn't mute myself. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. And the last two. Yeah, that was a little better for me. I still kind of bumped them a little bit. getting fast, you start tensing up. So stay as light as you can with it, even though you're going fast changes. Same thing on valves. When you're doing your valves, you don't want real slow valves. Same concept with the slide, but
All right. Well, we got about 1 or 2 more exercises to go here. Let's make them count. Here we go. I'll do this across the grain natural slur. Lots of good stuff going on. Here we go. Let's try it. 1 and 2, right? And nice. That's a really good exercise. It really kind of helps you get all those in tune. That's a really important range on trombone.
yeah.
Want to do this last one, Dave, and then we'll call it a day?
Yeah, sounds good. Let's see how smooth we can make this in the going into the lower register here with our trigger. Here we go. 2, writing.
Whoops.
All right. Hey, very good. That one felt pretty good. We got some nice trigger 4th and 5th on B flats and A's on that. I kind of like those. Let's keep going here. Hey, almost. I may have gone a little fast there, but
Woo!
hey, that's
That was gnarly. I need to look at that. Work on my alternate positions down there.
and that's something. If we weren't in Brass Brunch Bunch, you can spend a little more time or pause the video and.
Yeah, that's a good point. Pause the video and go ahead and play that. We'll try to. That would be really good if you're, spend some time making sure you're getting those correct. Because if I mess them up, I'm sure there's a middle schooler out there that'll mess it up too. There's probably one that'll play it better than me as well, but All right, well, I think that's going to call it for today. This was a wonderful week of Brass Brunch Bunch. We're going to do it again next week. Join us. Join on the Zoom. I can tell that every day there's at least 2 or 3 people that are doing this along with us online. Go ahead and click the Zoom link. It's a lot better. The entire point of this is to make new friends, meet people, and keep practicing and stay making music. So Dave, thanks again for joining me. It was really fun. And we'll see you all on Monday, same time, 11 a.m. Eastern Central. Shoot us an email. Go to brassbrunchbunch.com and register if you want to get some more information. So we will talk to you later.